All right, panel, what do you think? Is this wild or what?
Who won? What do you guys say?
Daniel, who's playing on today's team? Let's see. All right, let's welcome back for a quarterfinal game, William Anderson Elementary and McKinley Elementary School. Terrific. Let's go meet our teams, or let's go say hello again, welcome them back. We have the William Anderson Elementary School, City of Lawndale School District. Matthew Fulton, welcome back. Introduce us to your first rounders.
To my right is Danny Wynn, and to my left is Steve Hames.
Danny and Steve, all right. Terrific. We also want to welcome back from San Gabriel, City of San Gabriel School District, McKinley Elementary, Team Captain Jason Torres Rangel. Jason, welcome back. Introduce us to your first rounders.
To my left is Nicholas Lamb, and to my right is Letitia Ornelas.
All right, Letitia and Nicholas. Terrific. And I want to thank Daniel for holding the cards and with his dear life held those cards. Let's talk about the prizes that the winning school will win at the end of this season. And here's Diane, our announcer.
This year, our second-place school will receive Merriam-Webster's new International Unabridged Dictionary with a beautiful hardwood table. A VCR featuring remote control, on-screen display, slow-mo, and one-touch record. The winning school will receive the superbly illustrated 21-volume 1993 New Book of Knowledge Encyclopedia. Accurate and up-to-date information from Grolier Educational Corporation. Something to benefit every classroom. A personal computer for a world of information at your fingertips. The winning school will also take home this beautiful KidQuiz Championship trophy.
Terrific. Thank you very much. I want to welcome back our players and remind them of the 3 rules. Number 1, put your hands flat on the white palette. Go for the buzzer when you think you have the answer. If you're correct, our offstage judge, Nakamura from Sierra Park Elementary, will give you. Rule number 2 is wait till I call your name before you answer. And rule number 3 is you better have a good time. Okay? And that's an order. All right. So if we're ready, you're ready for 10 points. Here is the first question. What is the name of Dr. Jekyll's other self? Matthew.
Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde for 10 is correct. All right. Next, on what continent are India and Pakistan found? Letitia.
Asia.
Asia is correct. Is it Letitia or Leticia?
Leticia.
Leticia, okay, very good. Next is a multiple choice. I'll give you 3 choices. Hammurabi was king of what city-state? Was it Babylon, Ur, or Syria? Matthew.
Babylon.
Babylon is correct for 10. Next is mathematical, really mathematical, so put your hats on here. Listen carefully. Timothy went to the grocery store using coupons. The coupons were worth 15 cents, 35 cents, and 50 cents. If the store doubled them, how much money would Timothy save? Leticia.
$2.
$2. Very good. All right. Terrific. 15 times 2, 30. 35 times 2, 70. 50 times 2, $1. $2. A good shopper, I might add, Leticia, you'll make. Next is musical. Let's listen in. I'll ask you the question. Whose fairy godmother sang the song? Matthew.
Cinderella.
Cinderella's fairy godmother. It's known as Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, in case you didn't know the title of that. Next, for 10 points, how many holes are there in a regulation golf course? Matthew.
13.
Incorrect. Anyone at McKinley? Leticia.
19.
Sorry. 18 holes on regulation golf course. They haven't spent too much time on the links, have they, parents over there? All right. Next, we go for the 10-point question. What color are emeralds? Jason.
Green.
Green is correct. Next one is 2 parts. I need 2 answers on this. Please spell and what is the past tense of the word tell? Matthew.
Told. T-O-L-D.
Correct for 10. Next for 10 in The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy is trying to get back to which state? Matthew was first.
Kansas.
Kansas. A lot of flying fingers here. All right, next for 10 points. Goods that are sold to foreign people, businesses, or governments are called... Jason.
Exports.
Exports is correct for 10. Next question. What part of the body has the most bones? Matthew.
The legs. Oh.
Cannot accept McKinley. What part of your body has the most bones, Leticia?
The ankle or the foot?
Cannot accept. Ankle is your first answer, but the foot is the correct answer. I'm sorry. All right. That is the end of the video round. Daniel, thank you very much. Daniel, got to look that way and smile. Good job. All right. Did a good work. All right. Next question is video. It's worth 20 points. Team players, watch your monitors. I'll show you the video, wait 3 seconds, and then ask you the question. You can anticipate my question, but you can win or lose depending on how the question was written. First video clue is before you. Watch. Hey, Terry, elementary school class and teacher for hostage for over 2 days. Can you name the country where this occurred? Jason.
France.
France is correct for 20 points. Very good. Next video clue, watch. What is the capital of Norway? Nobody went for it. All right, well, you know what that means. That means we've got to go to the recall monitor to go look at that graphic question again. Let's go see it. It was a little bit of geography in it, and we're talking about, well, here's Sweden, and here's Norway, and the capital of Norway is Oslo. Oslo being the capital of Norway. Now we know that. All right, so we move to the next video question for 20. Watch the videotape. If the female of this bird is a goose, what do you call a male? Matthew.
A gander.
A gander is correct for 20. Next, for 20 points, here's the clue. Haven't read the question, Leticia.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss wrote, Horton hears who? Horton hears who? All right, next video question before you watch Sports World. Who is the coach of the San Antonio Spurs? Steven.
Don Chansey.
Incorrect. I'm sorry. Anyone in McKinley, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Their brains are going 90 miles an hour, but they can't come up with John Lucas. John Lucas. He's fairly new, and yet he's doing real well because they were in the playoffs. Next one is mathematical. Watch this carefully. Give me the area of this figure and be specific.
16.
Matthew. Incorrect. Jason.
15 inches.
Cannot accept. Shall we go to the recall monitor? Let's look at it again. I tell you, you were very close. The problem was it is 3 by 15, but whenever you do area, it has to be square inches. So it's 15 square inches on that. All right, very close. All right, moving along to the next 20-point video question. Question is, who was the first American woman in space? Matthew.
Sally Ride.
Sally Ride is correct. Next video clue, watch. Known to the people of South America as El Liberator, the liberator, this leader freed Venezuela, Ecuador, Colombia, and Bolivia, which is named after him, from Spain. Can you name this patriot? The name Bolivia comes from Simón Bolívar, or Simon Bolivar was the liberator of South America from Spain. All right, next, 20 points.
In your fins, you don't get to...
In the Disney movie The Little Mermaid, what is the name of this fish?
Danny. Flounder?
Flounder is correct. Okay. Next video clue is before you. Watch. Haven't read the question, Matthew.
Night lights.
I'm sorry, the question to McKinley is, one of this Dutch artist's famous paintings is called The Starry Night. Name this painter who also is famous for cutting off part of his left ear. Nicholas.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh is correct. Vincent Van Gogh. Tight game here. Next video questions before you. Let's watch. In May of 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and his Sherpa guide Tenzing Norgay climbed the highest mountain in the world. Nicholas.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest is correct in Nepal for the lead. Next is a multiple choice at the end of the video round. We got a good game going here. Anderson at 110, McKinley at 120. We go to the bonus question. In the bonus round, team captains team captains may only speak and buzz in. Team players, hands aside. You may confer with each other if you like. You can answer at any clue level you like, but if you're incorrect, you're out of the round. The other team gets to finish for 50 points. Born in 1737 in England, this man's brilliant writings and pamphlets influenced the American and French revolutions. Can you name him? Time's up is now 40 points. In 1776, he published a pamphlet called Common Sense, which called for the independence. Jason.
Thomas Paine.
Thomas Paine for 40 points. Very good. It called for independence from Great Britain. Later, the Crisis Papers. These are the times that try men's souls. We'll be back with the second half of our show after this message. Don't go too far away.
KidQuiz will be back.
I like the Natural History Museum because
KidQuiz is back.
Thank you. We're back with the second half of our game, a very good game. I want to thank our first round players for a very nice round. How about a hand for them? And we'll ask them to please take their seats. Every season, we start out with 16 schools. Maybe one of your neighborhood schools, maybe one of your friends' schools, maybe one of your cousin schools. Who knows? But as you can see right here, we're eliminating to a quarterfinals. And today, one of these teams will move on to the next round, which will be the semifinal. So one of these teams goes on to a tougher competition. The other team will rest knowing that they did a very good job having survived this far. Matthew, let's go back to our friends from Anderson. Introduce us to your second rounders.
To my right is John Lamb, and to my left is Christian Rodriguez.
John and Christian. Welcome them. And we go back to Jason from McKinley. Ask him to introduce us to his second rounders.
To my left is Christina Kowalski, and to my right is Desiree Gonzalez.
Desiree and Christina. Rule 1, hands flat on the white palette. Rule 2, wait till I call your name. Rule 3, let's have some fun. 10 points. What color flag would you wave to surrender? Matthew.
White.
A white flag is correct for 10. Next, which of the Hawaiian Islands has the heaviest rainfall? Matthew.
Waikiki.
Incorrect. We go to McKinley. Which of the Hawaiian Islands has the heaviest rainfall? Desiree.
Maui.
Maui's incorrect. It would be Kauai. Kauai is the wettest of the islands. For 10 points, while watching the play, our American cousin, who was assassinated on April 14th? Desiree.
Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln is correct. Rule number 2, wait till I call your name before you answer. Next, for 10 points, 8 pints equals how many gallons? Matthew.
2.
Incorrect. We go to McKinley. Christina.
1.
1 gallon is correct for 10. Next, the highest adult male singing voice is called a what? Desiree.
An alto.
Is incorrect. We go to Anderson. Matthew.
Soprano.
No, the highest adult male voice is a tenor. Soprano would be a woman. Next, for 10 points, what do we call a baseball game in which one team keeps the other team from scoring any runs? In other words, if the score was 45-0, they would have been shut out. That's a shutout, all right? They didn't even get to score 1. Next, for 10 points, which metal is naturally radioactive and is used in nuclear power reactors? Uranium. Uranium is used in reactors. Very important there. Next one for 10 points. What part of speech describes a noun? Matthew.
Pronoun.
Cannot accept to McKinley. Desiree.
Adjective.
An adjective is correct for 10. All right. Next for 10 points, the sports narrative poem called Casey at the Bat ends with, "There's no joy in Mudville." Why? Matthew.
Because Casey struck out.
Casey struck out. That's correct. There's no joy in Mudville. Next one is 2 points, two answers, rather. I need 2 answers. In what city and country was Christopher Columbus born? Christina.
Portugal, Spain.
Incorrect to Anderson. City and country where Christopher Columbus was born. Genoa, Italy. It's a Genoese. All right, we move along for 10. Next for question. The Earth's ozone layer protects us from what harmful rays? Jason.
The UV. Ultraviolet rays.
Is accepted. It's correct. By the judge. All right, very good. All right, that's the end of the audio round. Thank you, Daniel. Smile. Had a boy. All right. All right, next questions are our video questions worth 20 points. You guys watch your monitors. I'll wait, show you the video, wait 3 seconds, and then ask you the question. You can anticipate, but you know what could happen.
As for so many
Video
years
clue.
been a male-dominated profession, as so many are.
Can you give me the name of
So,
CBS News
I just feel fortunate.
Christian?
Connie Chung?
Connie Chung is correct for 20. She is the first female network co-anchor, along with Dan Rather. Next one's 2 parts. Name these 2 major mountain ranges. Christina.
Rocky Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachians and Rockies, correct for 20. 3 parts on the next one. I need 3 answers. Watch. There are 3 kinds of honeybees. Can you name them? Matthew.
A queen, a drone, and worker.
Very good for 20 points. Next video clue, watch literature. The story of Johnny Tremaine by Esther Forbes takes place during which war? Christian.
The Revolutionary War?
Revolutionary, American Revolutionary War is good for 20 points. Video clues before you. Watch the sports world.
But I got more years to go, so I can't sit and just rest on it because then things will go by.
Name this
and then,
hockey player
people
who
will say
plays for the LA
so.
Kings. Nobody went for it. Luc Robitaille. Everybody knows his name, but you can't recognize him because he wears all that funny mask stuff. All right, here's the next video clue. Watch. Mathematical. Solve this equation. Desiree.
29.
Incorrect. We go to Anderson. Can you solve that equation? All right, let's go to the recall monitor, get a good look at it. It was a tough one. All right, the recall monitor will show you that we had 5 times 4, and that's the 20. 27 divided by 3, that would be 9, so you have 20 times 9 is 180. All right, very good. All right, let's move to the next 20-point video question. It's before you. 2 parts. Name the 2 houses that make up the U.S. Congress. Matthew.
House of Representatives and the Congress.
Cannot accept. Incorrect. I'm sorry. McKinley. Desiree.
House of Representatives and the Senate.
Is correct. Sorry. All right. Next clue is before you. Watch. Okay, I haven't read the question, John.
The Mississippi River?
I'm sorry. Here's a question to McKinley. Which European is credited for discovering the Mississippi River? Christina.
Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon would be incorrect. It would be Hernando de Soto. De Soto. A car named after him, I think. De Soto. Next for 20 points, watch. Here's the clue. I haven't read the question, Desiree.
The heart.
Incorrect to Anderson. The question is, what do you call blood vessels that take blood away from the heart? Matthew.
Your veins.
I'm sorry. Arteries take it away, veins bring it back. All right. Here's the next video clue. Watch. Name the part of the flower that can be red, pink, blue. Christina.
Petal.
The petal is correct for 20. Here's the next clue. Watch. Haven't read it. Christina.
The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
Is correct. Golden Gate Bridge. One of the best-known suspension bridges in the world. Next video clue. This agricultural scientist discovered many new uses for the peanut and sweet potato. Christian.
George Washington Carver?
George Carver is correct for 20. two parts on this next one. Watch your monitors. Give me the plural form of this fuzzy fruit and spell it. Matthew.
Peaches. Peaches.
Correct for 20. Very good. Next video clue. Here it is. 20 points. What country does this flag? Matthew.
Jerusalem.
Incorrect. We go to McKinley. What country does the flag represent? Christina.
Israel.
Israel is correct. For 20 points. Next clue. Let's watch. End of the video round. All right. The final bonus question. Let's go see who goes out in a blaze of glory here. Score 230 to 300 at McKinley. So we'll see who goes out big time. All right, 50 points first clue, 40 points second clue, 30 points third clue. Only team captains may buzz in, team players hands aside. Are we ready? Matthew? Ready? Ready? Jason? All right. For 50 points, it is a European country surrounded by Austria, Romania, the former countries of Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. Can you name it? Matthew goes for it.
Bosnia.
Sorry, cannot accept. McKinley, will you go for the second clue?
Yes.
Second clue is now 40 points. The people of this country trace their history to the Magyars, a people who settled in the Danube River Basin in the 9th century. Some of the land's most famous food include chicken paprikas and goulash. Can you name this country? Time's up, 30 points now. National flag is red, white, and green. Can you... Jason?
Spain.
Incorrect. Can you name this country who's home to composer Frank Liszt, Bela Bartok, and whose capital is Budapest, Hungary? We'll be back with the conclusion of our game after this message. Don't go too far away.
KidQuiz will be back. KidQuiz is back.
Thank you. Thank you. We are back with the conclusion of our game, of course. In the last bonus question, the big difference was Hungary. We were looking for Hungary. Of course, things change, you know, nowadays. Let's go thank our friend Matthew and the crew from Lawndale, the crew from William Anderson Elementary. They had a great season. Everybody in Lawndale should be very proud of them. How about a nice hand for Matthew and the crew? We congratulate our team from McKinley, Jason and the guys. They moved to the semifinal round. Thank you for joining us on our game of KidQuiz, and we'll see you again soon. Until then, so long. Come on, follow me.